What is your debt really costing you? My name is Joni Hyde, and I have the pleasure of working for a company that has received an Ernst and Young Award in Financial Services for their financial technology product. And I represent that program, and I have the pleasure of working with individual households doing complimentary analysis over Zoom, looking at their situation and then presenting to them a better way of handling their debt, whether they have a mortgage or credit card debt or loans, anything that they are paying interest on. This program can change their lives, their financial future, and the way they've learned to be the only way, because we have not heard of this type of technology in mainstream media. So I'm happy that you're watching. I'll finish this in about less than 10 minutes, so please try to stick with me. I took a few screenshots from earlier this week when I did a presentation for a family, just to give you an idea of some of the key metrics that I show people during an analysis. Please don't fixate on the numbers because everyone's situation is unique. This is a two income family with a brand new refinanced 30-year mortgage, a low 3% refi with a couple auto loans and a little credit card debt. And we ran the analysis. And what I want to point you to and bring your attention to is that these folks who worked so hard and got this refinance, which is fabulous. It freed up some cash flow for them, but they are still spending $1,548.17 on interest across the board on all of their debt service. And that's money that is gone forever. And what I do is I show folks that there's a better way than the bank's way. Another screenshot of that same meeting, looking at it from a different perspective, on that 433,000 not 798 principal money that they owe back to the financial institutions, they are being charged an additional $308,916 in interest, folks. That is 71% more than what they owe. This is called total interest percentage, which is the acronym TIP, also known as total interest volume. It's not a number that your financial institution will show you on your amortization schedule because it's a sickening number to look at. This is pretty typical to see this number anywhere from 50% up to 80%. Even on those wonderful refis that folks are getting. I'm not saying don't do that. That is not the purpose of what I'm showing you, but it's to show you you're still over the lifetime of the repayment. If you are following the bank's plan, they're going to steal your wealth from you. On the bright side, if you follow this program, these folks will save $250,000, which is an 81% savings on what the bank had them scheduled to do. That would be the same as them going to the bank and getting a refinance or a consolidation loan or some type of loan on that $433,000, and the bank saying we're going to give you an interest rate of 0.86%. That is how impactful this program is. And there's no credit checks involved, no change in your lifestyle or budget. This is not a pay an extra payment a month, a year type of program. This is a banking algorithm of 26 pages of code, $19 million invested in this project since the early 2000s. This is financial technology that you will be hearing about again. If you don't take a look at it now, you're going to continue to hear about this. It's not in the mainstream media because it's not something that the financial institutions are promoting, because that is how the financial institutions survive, is by keeping you in the dark about the algorithms that they apply on their side of the fence. So it's time to bring that over to the consumers and give you some hope. Let's continue. Those folks, those same folks that are going to be saving 81% and essentially getting an effective interest rate of 0.86% are going to be debt free in 5.8 years versus 28 years, without refinancing, without getting a credit check, without changing their lifestyle, just simply applying this program. That is going to shave 22.2 years off of that debt service payment schedule. And this is what that looks like on the other side of the fence. What if they took those payments that they would have been paying the bank for 22.2 years and put it in a 1% savings account? Now, the reality is, folks are either going to spend some of it or spend all of it, or maybe even, go to their financial planner and get something that's going to yield a lot more than the compound 1%. But this is just a scenario that we show. These folks could accumulate over $2 million in wealth during that same time frame, that if they just follow the bank's plan and keep those blinders on and keep doing things the way the banking and the financial institutions are telling us, it would steal a lifetime of wealth from them. So this is giving people hope and showing them, we have technology that will help you bank like a bank. Here's the final snapshot that I wanted to show you. We do a comparison, a side-by-side comparison, kind of wrapping up the analysis session and showing them these folks are on track to pay $308,916 to the bank, in addition to the principal of $433,000, and make payments for the next 28 years of their life. Whereby, if they follow this program, the total interest, including the cost of the program, is only $62,000, which is a $250,000 savings, and they'll be debt free in 5.8 years. Again, with the opportunity of building over $2 million in wealth during that same time that they would have been paying their mortgage and other debt, by simply applying this program, by not making any changes in their lifestyle or their budget. Okay, so how can you take a look? This is a no frills, no obligation analysis. There's no cost to it. I just encourage you to reach out to me and we'll set up a phone interview. It'll take about 10 or 15 minutes for us to determine if this makes sense. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. So let's have a 15-minute phone interview and we can find out if this is a program you're eligible for and if there's a potential benefit for you. If there is, then we set up a complimentary analysis over Zoom. The decision makers of your household behind your Zoom screen and me behind mine. We go through, we enter in together during a screen share. I'll enter in all of the attributes of the debt that you have, and we run it through the algorithm, and I'll be able to show you these same metrics that apply to your household. We're living in such uncertain times right now. Debt has never been a good thing to have. I just encourage you to please reach out, ask for that 15-minute phone call. Let's see if this is something that you would be eligible for, and try not to be closed-minded. This is very different from what you hear about mainstream, but you have to keep in mind that technology has come a long way. And just like the GPS on your phone gets you to that route the fastest way, using the least amount of gas, this program will get you debt free in the fastest amount of time possible, mathematically possible, and keeping the most amount of money in your pocket, slashing that interest. And typically, I see an effective interest rate of anywhere between 0.5 and 2% across the board for all your debt. So please reach out and inquire about us getting on the phone for just 15 minutes to see if this is a potential fit for you. Thank you so much for listening and have a blessed day.